No matter your age or where you're from, if you help save someone's life, you're definitely a superhero. When a rude man lashed out at a cashier, the customer next to him stepped in to protect the woman. A device caught on fire while charging. Woman handled the situation perfectly and won the admiration of everyone. Nighttime is not always safe, especially when you're a young woman walking alone on the sidewalk.
Wait. What happened? Stop.
Help me.
Stop. Mate, no hands. She's my girlfriend, okay, mate? Go, please, go. Okay.
If this biker wasn't randomly here to save the day, who knows what could have happened to this girl. A man bravely intervened and saved 2 young girls from being kidnapped.
Somebody tried to kidnap my sister! I don't know!
Hold on, y'all. Sit down, boo. Sit down. You alright? Kind of look like mom?
Yeah.
Which way they go? This way or that way? That way?
No.
Your parents not home?
No. My stepdad.
Come on, I'll walk y'all to y'all dad's house. I got y'all. Come on.
Seeing other dogs go after his dog, the young boy quickly stepped in and drove the cashier away to protect his pet. A girl gets home from school and notices a creepy man following her. She runs up the stairs and knocks on the man's door, who scares off the man just in time. This girl was about to be kidnapped, but instead this dog came to her aid and saved the day. At a railway crossing, an officer spots a man in a wheelchair stuck on the tracks and sprints to pull him away seconds before disaster. In traffic, a man notices a woman about to step into danger and grabs her just before a car speeds past. A hiker gets stuck on a wire between 2 mountains, trapped in the crevice, until rescuers rush in to free him. Meanwhile, as floodwaters rise, a brave passerby risks everything to save a trapped truck driver from being swept away. In another powerful moment, a man spots a disabled woman lying helpless on the road and rushes in to carry her to safety. Not all heroes wear capes. One man stops traffic to gently rescue a tiny chameleon stranded in the middle of the road. In a split-second decision, offers react instantly, one saving another from a potentially terrible accident. On the side of the road, a driver notices something's wrong. A man is suffocating. Without hesitation, he performs the Heimlich maneuver again and again until the man can breathe. A young boy refuses to ignore a cat stuck to poison-contaminated cardboard, carefully freeing it and saving its life. High above ground, a crane operator makes a lightning-fast decision that saves a man from a horrific fate. Near a roaring waterfall, a sister holds tightly to her brother against the powerful currents, refusing to let go until help arrives. In an act of extraordinary courage, a pizza delivery driver runs into a burning house, rescuing 4 children, then going back in for 1 more and escaping through a window with her in his arms.
Guys, come here.
Yes, sir.
Are you Xavier?
Yes, everybody.
On the side of a highway, a detective springs into action to save a choking baby, turning panic into relief within seconds. And finally, while mowing his lawn, a man notices a nearly invisible baby hummingbird in danger and gently saves its fragile life.
Grab on something.
Just seconds before a car disappears beneath the water, a man pulls a woman and her dog to safety, rescuing them moments before it sinks. Meanwhile, in a New York subway station, a student reacts instantly, stepping in to rescue a man in danger on the tracks. On a quiet roadside, a group of bikers notice a deer trapped in tangled tree branches and work together to carefully set it free. In a busy restaurant, panic spreads as someone begins choking until a man steps forward and performs the Heimlich maneuver, saving a life. Moments later, quick reflexes prevent tragedy when a man pulls a dog away just before it gets trapped in an elevator door. Out on the water, a kayaker spots a 6-year-old struggling and paddles over to rescue the child from drowning.
So, no, you can't pull right now. Just hold on a second.
I need to get into my dad.
Okay, why don't you want to call 911? Are you scared?
We got 2 people drowned here in that same spot last year.
As floodwaters rise, a young girl bravely carries multiple puppies to safety, refusing to leave them behind. In a wild encounter, a car driver intervenes just in time to protect a biker from an approaching wolf.
Incredible. No. Poate să treacă pe mașină.
Aveți grijă că vine!
In a quieter but equally powerful moment, a man gently helps a bird that's choking, giving it a second chance at life.
Yeah. Let mommy stroke him. He's so safe now. He's okay.
On a busy highway, a biker risks traffic to rescue a cat stranded in the middle of the road.
Viens ici, toi. Viens. Petit loulou. Doucement.
Meanwhile, on a frozen lake, one man works tirelessly to guide an entire family of deer back to solid ground. In an incredible scene by the shore, a group of people unite to save a stranded shark, pushing it back into deeper waters.
Babe, it's too dangerous. Don't be doing that.
With perfect timing, a digger operator carefully maneuvers his machine to rescue a calf trapped in a flooded channel. At a crowded tennis event, a player notices a child being crushed by the crowd, pulling the kid to safety before even taking a moment to offer an autograph.
Everything's gonna be okay. Oh, that's all right, buddy. He's gonna get an autograph. Okay, now things are getting better.
Okay,
there we go.
He's composed himself. You can't forget about the autograph, buddy.
In a touching rescue, a team discovers a lost dog and carefully brings it to safety. In a simple act of compassion, a butcher notices a hungry stray cat and offers it food. Meanwhile, a delivery driver pauses his route to rescue a tiny kitten in need. And on a peaceful beach, a little girl gently offers her pillow to a resting dog, proving that kindness doesn't need an emergency to matter. During a school relay race, a young boy suddenly stops mid-sprint, giving up his lead to help a fallen girl back onto her feet. Meanwhile, in a terrifying house fire, a 15-year-old babysitter bravely rescues 2 children, proving courage has no age. At a busy mall, a simple act of kindness shines through as a man helps children retrieve their lost balloon. Nearby, a kind stranger notices an elderly man struggling and steps in to help him gather his scattered wood. When a ship carrying thousands of sheep capsizes, local fishermen rush towards the disaster, determined to save as many animals as possible. As a hurricane disables a boat at sea, the Coast Guard arrives just in time, rescuing both a stranded man and his loyal dog. In an unforgettable moment, a stray dog limps into a vet clinic alone, gently offering his injured paw, silently asking for help. On a train platform, a woman senses something isn't right, and her instinct proves true when a man falls onto the track. She reacts immediately, calling for help and rushing to save him. At a grocery store, an employee notices a boy with autism showing interest in stocking shelves and kindly lets him help for over 30 minutes, making his day unforgettable.
Put another one. Put it.
When a neighbor's field is threatened, a farmer doesn't hesitate, racing home for equipment and returning to help protect the land. On the field, a group of boys choose friendship over glory, pointing to their teammates so he can enjoy his well-earned catch. In the wild, a giraffe gently helps a struggling gazelle by removing a branch stuck in its horn, a rare glimpse of animal compassion. During a heavy rainstorm, people open their shelter not just to each other but to wild animals seeking refuge from the storm. Amid raging Australian wildfires, rescuers carefully tend to vulnerable wildlife caught in the disaster. In a peaceful encounter, a kind man offers fresh fruit to a group of elephants, a simple act of coexistence and respect. After noticing a classmate being bullied for worn-out sneakers, a young boy asks his mom to buy him a new pair, turning empathy into action.
Those are yours?
On a busy road, a man spots a tiny kitten in danger and carefully rescues it before harm can come its way. Outside his shop, a compassionate man makes sure a disabled stray dog doesn't go hungry, offering food and comfort. Even in traffic, kindness finds a way as a traffic officer pauses to gently play with a cat in the middle of the road. And at a park playground, children make sure their dog doesn't miss out on the fun, letting it enjoy the slide just like they do. At a mall escalator, a man notices a confused cat trying to climb the wrong way and gently steps in to guide it safely upward. Meanwhile, at the finish line of a marathon, a little girl runs beside her exhausted father, helping him cross in a moment neither of them will forget. On a work site, a stranger sees a man struggling with heavy steel rods and immediately joins in to help push the weight forward. Nearby, quick thinking saves a dog trapped in the metal bars of a door as a man carefully frees it from the tight space. In a simple but meaningful gesture, a kind man pauses to hold the door open for an elderly woman, proving small acts matter. On a busy street, two men stop traffic to safely escort an elderly woman across the road. In the wild, a compassionate man offers water to a thirsty jackal, bridging the gap between humans and nature. As cars approach, a kind passerby helps a family of geese cross the street safely. At the beach, a devoted husband carries seawater in his hands so his wife, who struggles to walk, can still feel the ocean touch her feet. After 3 long years of battling cancer, a little girl finally rings the hospital bell, celebrating the moment she's declared cancer-free. In a life-changing decision, a man opens his heart and adopts an abandoned dog, giving it a forever home. In an unexpected twist, a man who broke into an apartment pauses to feed the owner's cat before leaving, a strange moment of humanity in the middle of wrongdoing. At a sunny park, a grandmother celebrates her dog's birthday, turning an ordinary day into something special. In a peaceful interaction, a goose comfortably rides along in a woman's hands, trusting her completely. In a dramatic rescue, a man steps in to save a goose egg from a snake, protecting new life before it's too late. On a bus ride filled with joy, a driver turns up a little girl's favorite song, and the two share a spontaneous dance together. In the park, an elderly woman lovingly feeds a flock of parrots, a daily ritual filled with care and connection. At school, a 6-year-old receives a standing ovation after beating leukemia, a victory celebrated by an entire community. In another quiet act of kindness, a man carefully rescues a cat stuck in a difficult spot, ensuring it's safe once again. And in an incredible moment of instinct, a dog jumps into action to save a drowning kitten, proving heroism comes in all forms. Deep in nature, a man notices a large turtle stuck awkwardly in a tree and carefully steps in to guide it safely back down. Meanwhile, a proud pet owner shares a joyful moment, bringing his rescued cat along to watch fireworks light up the sky. In an inspiring story of resilience, an elephant fitted with a steel prosthetic leg is gently helped to walk again, a second chance at life. High above in the trees, a man rescues an entire family of owls, ensuring they return safely to their nest. On the shoreline, quick action saves a pelican struggling with a fishing lure and tangled line wrapped tightly around its beak. In a surprising twist, farm animals band together, helping protect the chicken from a hawk's sudden attack. At a zoo, a security guard risks his own safety to shield unaware visitors from a dangerously close hippo. In a rare and touching moment, a chimpanzee reaches out to the photographer J.C. Peary, asking for help to drink water. Then, in the wild, a mother bear finds herself needing a little help to save her cub, and assistance arrives just in time. In a beautiful father-son moment, a dad quietly lets his child believe he made all the difference, filling him with pride. Beside a quiet lake, a compassionate man gently guides an anxious swan back toward the water. In the city, a woman kneels down to save an injured pigeon, giving it another chance to fly. Suddenly, danger strikes when a kangaroo grabs hold of a pet dog, but its owner rushes in without hesitation to pull it free.
Look at my dog.
In a gentle daily ritual, a deer waits patiently at a woman's door, trusting she'll come out to feed it once again. On the water's edge, a man carefully rescues a swan's baby, reuniting it safely with its family.
Come on, there he is, look. Don't go at me, I've just let him out.
Meanwhile, farmers work together to free an owl trapped deep in thick mud, lifting it gently back to safety. As floodwaters rise, two men brave the current to rescue a stranded cat from the rushing water. In a wholesome moment, a man traveling with his many pets makes sure even a swan gets safely onto the train. During a soccer match in Turkey, a player performs CPR on a bird struck mid-game and successfully revives it.
Evet, şu anda Martı dışarı doğru taşınıyor.
And in a powerful resource, a man helps free a trapped wolf, proving compassion can reach even the wildest corners of nature. In freezing temperatures, a man doesn't hesitate, diving straight into an icy lake to rescue a struggling dog. Meanwhile, a worried mother approaches a kind stranger, silently asking for help for her little one. In a beautiful full-circle moment, a group of bikers return to thank the young girl and her mother who saved one of their own a year earlier. Stuck deep in the mud, a baby elephant struggles until a brave girl steps in to help guide it back to safety. On the shoreline, a young man refuses to simply watch a stranded baby shark, carefully helping it return to the sea. In a small but touching act, a kind man turns on a tap so a thirsty cat can finally drink water. Abandoned and frightened with its eyes covered, a helpless dog finally meets someone who gently removes the cloth, restoring both sight and hope. In a tender moment, a patient horse lowers its head, allowing a little girl to softly pet him. At a cold bus stop, a compassionate man removes his own sweater to wrap around a shivering dog. High in a tree, an owl finds itself trapped until a man carefully climbs up to rescue it. Nearby, a woman offers food to a squirrel perched above her, a quiet exchange of trust. Inside a home, a raccoon stuck in the ceiling receives unexpected human help to find its way back out.
You did it.
In the wild heat, a kind man paused to offer an eagle a drink of water. In a remarkable scene, black swan parents guide their struggling baby toward human. Trusting them enough to seek help. When a man spots a bobcat caught in a trap, he carefully works to free the frightened animal. After a truck driver accidentally spills vegetables across the road, a stranger steps in to help gather them up. Once again, compassion shows in simple ways as someone opens a tap so a thirsty stray cat can drink. A man who regularly feeds homeless dogs now walks surrounded by an entire loyal pack, a bond built on kindness. On a dangerous highway, a caring stranger risks traffic to rescue a helpless animal stranded between lanes. And even firefighters can't help but laugh when a playful stray dog decides to assist them on duty. In a heartwarming gesture, a man arrives carrying boxes filled with bananas, bringing joy to an entire troop of hungry monkeys. Meanwhile, on a college campus, students erupt in cheers after hearing life-changing news: tuition made free thanks to a $1 billion donation.
The Albert Einstein College of Medicine will be tuition free.
In a simple yet meaningful act, a kind man helps an elderly person with his weekly walker, making the day a little easier. Out in a deserted area, a stranded turtle slowly makes its way across dry land until a man gently guides it back toward the safety of the lake. On the shoreline, a stingray tangled in a fishing line suddenly begins giving birth, and people quickly step in to help the mother and her babies return safely to the ocean.
It's giving birth!
Nearby, a deer trapped in a fence struggles to break free until a kind homeowner carefully rescues it. Sometimes kindness begins with a greeting, as a man gently says hello to a lonely homeless dog. In a peaceful encounter, a woman offers food to a deer, building a quiet bond of trust. A young girl patiently feeds a tiny sparrow, a small act filled with big compassion. After receiving food for her puppies, a mama dog looks back at the woman who helped, showing clear gratitude in her own way. Along the beach, people unite to release thousands of baby turtles, watching them begin their journey into the sea. In another inspiring moment, a man carefully assists an elephant fitted with a prosthetic leg, helping it move forward once again. After being rescued from drowning, a once exhausted sloth clings happily to its rescuers, safe at last. When a dog jumps from a window in panic, a quick-thinking woman rushes in to save it from harm.
Get back! Oh!
Determined and relentless, a man does everything in his power to save a vulnerable puppy in danger. Once again, compassion shows as people free a turtle trapped and unable to move, restoring it to safety. During a hailstorm, shop owners open their doors not just to customers but to a pigeon seeking shelter. In a touching and innocent moment, a child attempts CPR on a frog, determined to save its tiny life. Teachers pooled their resources to surprise the school janitor with a brand new car, a reward for his dedication after seeing him walk to work every day. A man with dementia wandered away from home, but luck led him to a perfect house where kind strangers ensured he got back safely.
Hi, are you lost?
No.
You don't know where your home is?
Yeah.
Okay, let me call somebody and we'll get somebody in here to take you. Victor Hernandez, dementia? Is he related to you? Okay, he's here at my house. Come here, sir.
At the zoo, a visitor quickly assists a zookeeper struggling to control a crocodile, preventing potential disaster.
She's dead.
Braving an overflowing river, a man wades through dangerous waters to rescue a stranded cat, drawn only by the sound of its frantic cries. A little boy wanted to help his mother, but his kindness turned into a comical mishap as he ended up hanging from a shopping cart. When a police car got stuck high and precariously, a group of bodybuilders sprang into action to lift it safely off the road. A sweet elderly man rushes to help a child in need, completely unaware that his heroic act is being captured on camera. In a heart-stopping moment, a father leaps on his unconscious son to save him from an out-of-control bull, a pure act of courage. A good Samaritan steps in to protect a Texas woman from a $40,000 scam, turning what could have been devastation into relief.
Hello?
Yes, showing the screen,
Yeah, who is this?
This is the security team. So Christine,
No, you're not. My name is Sergeant Stewart. I'm with the White Settlement Police Department. Okay, if you're really with the security team, you call my dispatch right now.
On a quiet street, a man rushes to protect a young boy from a pack of stray dogs, ensuring he makes it to safety unharmed. After a car crash, a group of strangers work together to rescue a mother and child, showing that unity can save lives in seconds. In a touching show of solidarity, a hairdresser shaves off his own hair to support a cancer patient, turning empathy into action. Two skiers pull a man trapped in deep snow to safety, their quick thinking turning a near tragedy into a story of survival.
You okay? You okay? You okay?
Hold up for a second.
First responders and ordinary citizens combine efforts to save a man almost swept away by a flood, proving teamwork can overcome nature's fury. A woman loses her handbag containing her year-end bonus, but fate intervenes. The very person who found it returns it as she reports the loss to police. A man notices a beaver struggling to carry a large tree trunk across the road, steps in. A small act with a big impact. A puppy's leash gets stuck in an elevator, but a quick-thinking passerby intervenes and frees the frightened little dog. When a shelter dog finally meets his rescuer, the joy is palpable, culminating in the dog giving his first loving kiss. On a sandy beach, a man carefully helps a trapped sea turtle, returning it to the safety of the ocean where it belongs. As rain pours down, a kind human takes charge to clear blocked drains, preventing further flooding and protecting the neighborhood. Amid rising floodwaters, a man courageously wades in to help people trapped by the torrent, showing bravery in the face of nature's fury. Traveling 6,000 miles, the son surprises his father on his birthday, creating a heartwarming reunion that spans continents.
It's your birthday?
Yes.
Happy birthday!
Before the police arrive, a vigilant woman stops a criminal in his tracks, turning quick thinking into real-life heroism. A taxi driver's compassion knows no bounds as he performs CPR on a monkey, proving that care can extend to every living creature. A rescued dog is gifted a soft bed by a kind woman, and his joyful reaction reminds us of the small acts that create huge gratitude. This man steps in to rescue a spider monkey, turning a moment of danger into a story of compassion and care. Bikers halt traffic to allow an elderly lady to cross safely, showing that respect and patience can save lives. A little girl wants to help her brothers, but they decide to shower her with kindness instead, treating her like a princess in a small yet meaningful act. A compassionate person helps a mother and her son in a wheelchair safely descend the escalator stairs, turning a challenging moment into reassurance. A little girl teaches her cats how to draw flowers, showing patience, creativity, and a tender bond between human and pet. At a high school basketball game, the entire crowd goes silent to help a blind player make a crucial shot, a stunning display of unity and empathy. A young boy in Argentina loses his father in a crowded street. Strangers band together, chanting his father's name until they reunite, a moment of collective compassion. While grocery shopping, a pregnant woman faces a problem at checkout. A kind stranger steps in to help, turning worry into relief. Mid-marathon, a man stops running to help another runner who has fallen, reminding everyone that humanity matters more than the race. A devoted father uses sand and patience to help his son learn to stand and walk, making everyday moments into powerful steps towards independence. A cat brings her sick baby to passport control, signaling to humans for help, a touching moment where instinct meets kindness. A manatee approaches a driver cleaning the river and embraces him, creating an unforgettable, heartwarming moment between human and nature. On a bus, an older gentleman shares a heartfelt conversation with a younger passenger, proving that kindness and wisdom transcend age. A kind man notices an elderly man struggling as his mobility scooter tips over and rushes to help, turning a scary moment into safety and care. A police officer kneels to help a tiny puppy in need, proving that heroism can come in the smallest gestures. A loving girlfriend assists her disabled boyfriend to enjoy a breathtaking view, showing that love makes even challenges beautiful. An elderly woman struggles with her car, but a helpful man comes to her aid, turning frustration into gratitude.
you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You're a good guy. You're a good guy.
A man rescues a deer stuck on a fence, transforming a moment of danger into one of compassion and safety. A kind person saves a hummingbird trapped on a bridge fence, proving that even the tiniest lives matter. A young boy helps his little brother in his skating challenge and is rewarded with a heartfelt hug. Small acts, big love. This student's cool principal steps in to help him play a harmless prank on a teacher, turning school moments into memories of joy. A man spots an animal struggling and helps it climb to safety, reminding us that compassion transcends species. A disabled graduate receives support to walk the stage, turning a milestone into a triumphant celebration of love. A woman's playful dog blocks the camera just as she's jumping rope, creating a spontaneous and adorable moment of joy. Kids spring into action when they see their mother having a seizure, demonstrating courage and quick thinking beyond their years. A man comes to the aid of a hammerhead shark, helping it survive and return safely to the sea. An elk in distress seeks human help and compassionate hands guide it back to safety, proving the power of empathy. A kind woman helps a dog regain its ability to walk, turning struggle into triumph and hope. After losing his phone in a frozen lake, a man receives quick help from his friend, turning a small disaster into teamwork success.
Don't pull me out. Oh, yeah.
A large group of people bands together to help a stranded shark back in the sea, proving that teamwork can save lives. Second, before a train could smash into him, a kind passerby saves an elderly man who had crashed into a railway barrier, a split-second act of heroism. A deaf man, unaware of the danger, finds himself on train tracks, but the quick thinking of an officer saves him from imminent disaster.
Buddy, move! 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 Move!
Sean, what's your last name?
Thank you so much.
With an oncoming train barreling towards him, a man's life is saved at the last moment, a heart-stopping reminder of courage and timing. A man rushes to help an elderly gentleman trapped inside a construction tank, turning a frightening moment into relief. A baby elephant struggles in the water, but a kind man leaps in to save it, showing that compassion knows no size. Nearby, a thoughtful person gently returns a baby squirrel to its mother, reminding us that even the smallest lives matter. In the middle of everyday chaos, a FedEx driver pauses to organize scattered packages on a porch, turning disorder into order. A skater finally lands a trick after persistent effort, cheered on by a crowd that never stops supporting him. Coworkers and customers band together to replace a young boy's stolen bicycle, transforming loss into hope and joy.
We got you unlocked, Primo. They're not stealing it again, bro.
A delivery driver returns to refund an overcharge, only to discover it was a tip, a quiet reminder of honesty in action.
You need to check your account because I think you were overcharged. And there's $130 on there.
Did they give you the money?
They did.
It was for you.
No.
It was.
On a freezing day, a coworker gives his jacket to his dog, proving warmth and care extend beyond humans. A kid surprises his favorite Home Depot employee with flowers, spreading smiles through the simplest act of kindness. Two students creatively show the camera the money they spent on water when they couldn't find the school receptionist, turning a challenge into resourcefulness. A man carefully helps a chameleon cross the road, showing patience and consideration in everyday moments.
But I'm gonna have to pick him up. Let's head off the road. Have a go at this. It's a chameleon.
A young Wolverhampton Wanderers fan cries when his father eats his crispy chicken, but the club surprises him with more, turning disappointment into delight. Firefighters rescue a deer trapped on a frozen lake, demonstrating heroism that spans species. A little girl with autism brings her stuffed puppy to a dog show, and a judge notices her, inviting her to show her dog, a magical moment of inclusion. 2 rabbits are rescued from a cage engulfed in flames by a swift superhero-like act, highlighting bravery in the face of danger. A chimpanzee reacts joyfully to seeing a caretaker who rescued him years ago, a touching reminder of lasting bonds. 2 birds reunite after one was rescued and nursed back to health by a kind human, proving care leaves lasting impacts. Workers notice a dog struggling at the bottom of a ditch, and without hesitation they spring into action to lift it to safety, showing teamwork in action. Inspired by the helpers around her, a baby tries to lend a hand, attempting to load empty water bottles from the van with her tiny arms, reminding us that everyone can contribute. Meanwhile, in Florida, a woman suffers a medical episode while driving. Strangers immediately intervene, stopping the car and saving her life, proving the power of community vigilance. Not far away, a biker finds himself in danger as his bike catches fire, but a quick-thinking woman rushes to assist, preventing disaster and showing bravery. Back at school, with guidance from a supportive gym teacher, a disabled girl dances alongside her classmates, turning a moment of hesitation into one of joy and inclusion. In another neighborhood, a woman stands alone but manages to prevent 3 robbers from breaking into her house, highlighting courage and determination. Meanwhile, this door fell on a biker, and when he saw the man was losing balance, he offered his help. Also, this man sacrifices his shot at becoming a world champion to help his brother cross the finish line, proving that love outweighs ambition. And these neighborhood kids step in to teach a boy how to ride his bike, transforming learning into a shared celebration.